Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode 34 of my Red Sox franchise, and MLB 14 the show. And today we're back with Game 5 of the ALDS, going up against the Seattle Mariners. If you missed the last episode, we got down 2-1 in the series, won Game 4 behind a strong performance from John Lester, and we were able to hit around Felix Hernandez pretty well. Now, Game 5, we're going to be able to throw out Cole Hamels on 3 days rest. If you remember from the last episode, one of the big decisions I had to make was to throw out Lester on 3 days wrestling. I've been very hesitant to do throughout this entire series. So, a guy that has a bit more of a history of pitching on 3 days rest than Cole Hamels, got to feel comfortable doing that. If we could do it with Lester, I think we can do it with Hamels. So, it'll be Cole Hamels versus Taijuan Walker. As you can take a look there, just flashed up on the screen, the recap of the first 4 games, and you can see Hamels and Taijuan Walker getting ready. We're back in Boston for Game 5. Game 4 was in Seattle. This time we're back at Fenway with a raucous crowd here, ready for Game 5, a do-or-die game for both sides in this playoff series. Take a look at the Mariners lineup on your screen right now. I think it's the same as it was the game before. I don't think there are any changes, and you can take a look at Cole Hamels, who was roughed up a little bit in Game 2 of this series, only 4 1/3 innings, and he gave up, 3 runs, I think, so it was not a great performance for Cole, so I'll look to have a bounce-back performance here in Game 5. Big game pitcher. He was the 2008 World Series MVP. It was phenomenal throughout those entire playoffs, and has a history of being a very good playoff pitcher, so we'll see if he can continue it here. But he gets through the first inning. I think he allowed 1 hit, so take a look at the Red Sox lineup. No changes, despite Ben Zobrist's struggles. We're going to keep him in that tool. I thought about dropping him in the lineup, but we're going to keep him there and see if he can come up big for us. Taijuan Walker, 16-11 with a 3.87 this season, over 200 strikeouts. Starting to emerge into that top-tier pitcher that so many pegged him as when he was coming up as a prospect. Here he gets through 1-2-3 first inning. Alan Craig flies out to right field to end the first, and we're going to head to the second. Knotted up at 0 here, bottom of the second inning, 3-2 count to Giancarlo Stanton. And Stanton's going to line this one into left field for a base hit. So the first base runner of the evening for the Boston Red Sox comes from the cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. So now Yoenis Cespedes is up next, the 0-1 count from Taijuan Walker. And Cespedes gets jammed here and just fights it the other way. Pure strength right there from Yoenis Cespedes. Doubles it down the line, and actually the right fielder would misplay it a little bit there, sort of bang up against the wall. And that would give Cespedes enough time to get to second base, stand to third, so second and third, no one out. And Mike Napoli up next. He flies one to deep center field. Austin Wilson going back. He will make the play, but both runners will tag up, and both runners will advance to the next base easily. Of course, one of them scoring. So 1-0 lead for the Boston Red Sox now on the back of Mike Napoli's sac fly. Xander Bogaerts up next, and the shortstop flies one to left field. This one is high, deep, and off the wall. Bogaerts rounding first to left for 2 will get in there easily. He will hold up there as well. Cespedes comes home and scores, and the Red Sox now on top 2-0, an RBI double for Xander Bogaerts, a guy who had a breakout season this year after a rough first couple of years in this franchise. He definitely had his best year in 2016. Garen Cicchini up next. He would strike out looking, so that's going to make it 1 away now. And 2 batters later, it's Blake Swihart up 2 away, 0-1 count. Swihart's going to line this one into right center field. That'll get down and roll all the way to the wall. Bogaerts comes around and scores. Swihart heading for 2, and he's going to get there easily. It's an RBI double for Blake Swihart, and it's a 3-run lead now for the Red Sox, jumping out early in this pivotal Game 5. Now next batter is Dustin Pedroia to back to the top of the lineup. He actually strikes out swinging here, but the ball gets away from the catcher Zunino, and everyone's going to be safe. Swihart up to third. Pedroia is safe at first, so a strikeout does not matter. 3-2 count out is Zobrist up next. He's going to walk. So instead of drawing a hit, Zobrist trying to do anything he can at the plate. He will draw a walk there, and it's going to be the bases loaded for Alan Craig. Some 2-out magic brewing here for the Red Sox. We will find out. Craig skies one to center field. Wilson going back towards the triangle in dead center field, and it's off the wall. That's going to score all 3 runs. Craig into second base, and it's a bases clearing double for Alan Craig. A 3-run double, and the Red Sox have jumped out to a 6-0 lead here. A huge hit for Alan Craig, a big moment for a guy who had a great first season with the Boston Red Sox. Next batter, Giancarlo Stanton. He's going to walk, so the damage continues here for Stanton. We're not done yet. I should say the damage continues for Walker, and that's going to do it. Manager, I think that might be Lloyd McClendon, although I'm not too sure. He's going to come out and pull his young starter, Taijuan Walker. That would do it after just 2 2/3 innings, allowing 6 runs, and he's responsible for 2 more. Dominic Leone, a man who we saw in the last game in long relief, is going to come on once again. Now, Leone was actually pretty solid. He allowed 1 run in 2 innings of relief the last time out. We'll see if he can do it again here. This time, he actually gets Napoli to ground out there after the next batter was walked. The next batter, Cespedes, was walked. He would end up getting Mike Napoli to ground out there. So Tim Collins would come on now. Leone only faces 2 batters. He was clearly gassed after his multi-inning Game 4 performance. So Collins on now with a man on third base and 1 man out. That was a big strikeout there for Blake Swihart. That would make it 2 away, and he would actually get the next batter. So without any damage, it's 6-0 now in the 5th. You skip ahead a little bit. Circle change up. Cole Hamels' his best pitch. Gets, I believe that's Austin Wilson there. 2 strikeouts swinging. Now later in the inning, man on first. Reimer Liriano up. Liriano's going to ground this one to the shortstop. Bogarts to second for 1. On to first in time. In a 6-4-3 double play turn by the Boston Red Sox. Gets Hamels out of the 6th. Or out of the 5th, I should say. Now bottom of the 5th. Napoli up. Runner on first base. Runner going on the pitch. This one to deep right. But it's actually hauled in by the right fielder, Reimer Liriano. And this is going to catch, I believe that's Cespedes out there at first base. He's going on the hit and run, and he actually ends up getting doubled off at first mistakenly. I really thought that was going to drop, so I just kept Cespedes going. And then later in the inning, Xander Bogaerts hits that one to deep center field. That's going to go off the wall. It's over the center fielder Wilson's head, and Bogaerts is going to get into third base safely with a 2-out triple. So the inning not quite over yet for Tim Collins. Next batter is going to be Garrett Cicchini, the 2-1 count to the third baseman, and Cicchini's going to ground this one. It's caught by Taylor, but Taylor cannot turn the out at first. He was just like getting the throw there. Cicchini very fast, surprisingly fast. I didn't think he was going to be that fast when I sort of slotted him in as our future third baseman, but he has the speed to beat out a play like that. And then Swihart to the corner and right, but there we go. Liriano able to make the play. Actually, that's that is Reimer Liriano able to make the play. So we score a run. Now it's 7-0. Michael Bourne has an answer though. He's going to hit this one to deep left field. That's going to be a solo home run for Michael Bourne to give the Mariners their first run of the evening, but still a 7-1 ball game. So it's going to take a little bit more than a solo home run from their leadoff hitter to get this team back into the game. So lead comes down to 6. Just I guess it's the start of a comeback, but clearly it's not a big dent into our lead yet, so not too concerned. Still top of the 6th now. It's Robinson Cano up with 2 outs, the 1-1 count, and Cano is going to take that hanging curveball to deep left field. Zobrist going back, leaps at the wall and makes the play. Ben Zobrist out of his natural position. He came up as a bit of a utility man, settled into a second base role with the Tampa Bay Rays, and is still able to play multiple positions, pretty much every position you can think of except for pitcher and catcher on the big league diamond, and he makes the play out in left field. A beautiful web gem there. So we're going to head on to the bottom of the 6th inning now. Clay Rapata is going to come on in relief, and Giancarlo standing up with 2 men on and 1 man out. Hits this one to deep left field. Left fielder going back. That's Dustin Ackley. He will make the catch on the track. Runner from second tagging. The throw is in time, and the Red Sox run into another out. I believe that was Pedroia there trying to get to third. So bad decision on my part. You never want to make the third out of the inning at third base. That is very foolish. Rule is first and third out. Don't want to make them at third base. So we're through 6 though. It does not matter too much. We're up by 6 runs. I'm not too concerned about it. So 7-1 still a score, and Hamels still dealing. Strikes out Justin Smoke there on the changeup. That would only be his 3rd or 4th strikeout of the evening. He did not have his strikeout stuff, but he was able to induce weak contact throughout the night. Cespedes flies one deep right field, and goodbye, a solo home run for Yoenis Cespedes, another insurance run for the Red Sox. And now we take an 8-1 lead, a 381-foot bomb that I believe landed in the bullpen. Don't think it quite got over the bullpen and into the bleachers there. We'll take a look on the replay. And yeah, it looks like it did land in that Seattle bullpen. So anyway, that would do it for Clay Rapata. Danny Farquhar's going to come on now for the Seattle Mariners, a man who actually closed for me when I did my short little Mariners franchise last year on MLB 13, the show, back in like January. But anyway, Napoli up next. He hits one to deep right field. This ball is caught, a leaping catch by Reimer Liriano. And for the 2nd time in as many games, Liriano takes a home run away from the Red Sox. Take a look at the replay. If you remember, he robbed Alan Craig in last night's affair, or I guess it would have been 2 days ago. Now Liriano this time doesn't really go into like a home run rob animation, but he sort of leaps into that short wall out there in right field at Fenway. Got to think that might have gone over the wall there if he does not put a glove on it. So still bottom of the 7th, still 8-1. Swihart up. He's going to pop this one up. Zunino diving play, and he makes the web gem. So despite this one being a bit of a blowout, no shortage of great plays from either side defensively. Here we go though. Hamels in the 8th. That's going to be another 6-4-3 double play from Mike Zunino, and that is going to get Hamels out of the 8th. So we're on to the bottom of the 8th now. 3-1 is the 3-1 is the count to Ben Zobrist. Zobrist is going to shoot this one into left field, and that is going to get off the wall for Ben Zobrist. His first hit of the series. Finally, he gets into the hit column after 5 long games. He does it with a double. Now 3-2 the count to the next batter, Alan Craig. Craig's going to take ball 4 there on the inside curveball that missed from Danny Farquhar. So 2 men on with 1 man out. That's going to do it for Farquhar. Tom Wilhelmson will come on now in relief, the former Seattle Mariners closer, now demoted to just regular old reliever for them. Yoenis Cespedes up after the runner would advance to third on Giancarlo Stanton's, I believe, fly ball, so it was a sac fly. Cespedes hits one into right center field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. One run has scored. Another one coming around. He will score. Cespedes is heading for third. He actually gets caught in a bit of a pickle here. Not a smart decision to go for third. He's going to get caught in a rundown. He will be tagged out by Kyle Seager. So Cespedes gets credited with a 2 RBI double, runs into it now, but we take a 10-1 lead, a 9-run deficit for the Mariners to try and overcome in this 9th inning. Kyle Seager up. Seager's going to line this one into right center field. There's already 2 men on with 1 man out in this inning, so Seager will actually bring home 1 run here on this RBI double, but a nice wide angle taken by the right fielder Giancarlo Stanton to prevent that 2nd run from coming home, so he keeps it a 10-2 ball game. Next batter is Justin Smoke with still 1 out in the inning, 0-2 count, and he's going to go down on that cutter inside, so 2 away. Mariners down to their final out of the season. It's going to be up to Austin Wilson. The 2-2 from Hamels. Taken for strike 3, and the Boston Red Sox have completed their series comeback, and they're moving on to the ALCS for the 2nd straight season. The Red Sox win the ALDS. Last year was 4 games. This year was 5, and they're moving on to the League Championship Series. A big victory, a huge performance from Cole Hamels, and another offensive outburst. The offense combines for, 21 runs in the last 2 nights. Huge offensive outburst from this team that struggled to score runs all season long, at least when I usered them. So big win. We win the ALDS, and we are moving on for just the 2nd time in this franchise, or in this, not franchise history, in this series, I should say. So that's going to do it. ALCS is going to be coming up next. I'm not going to share who we're going to be facing quite yet. You'll have to wait to find out. Yoenis Cespedes is your player of the game. 3 big hits, including a homer and a pair of doubles. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Zozam out. Peace.